Okay, got those holes drilled, and that's what they look like. All nice and clean. Uh, didn't take me too much longer than when I started, so all this will get flattened out nice and smooth. All this will go away. It's important because when you start putting on your bolster and handle material, you want this as flat as it can be. That allows there to be no gaps between the tang of the knife and the material that you're stacking against it, the spacer and the bolsters and the handle material. I had to re-dike them, the top of this blade and the edge. Excuse me. The reason being, when I do the layout on this, I want to be able to see where I'm going. So that's why I've got it dikemed, dyed out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a vise. Okay, lock it down at a comfortable position where you can draw on it and file on it. Swivel that around just a little bit, about right there. Let me get this over here. Turn that just a little bit. Get this camera where you can really see what I'm doing. Okay. Now, I borrowed this from my wife. There's a little seamstress ruler. It's really flexible. Thing has saved me so much time trying to measure out, space out lines, when this thing just follows the contour of the blade so much better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark a starting point for the pattern that I'm going to do. I have lines on here that are spaced out just about the way I want it. So I'll start back where I want the file work to start. And I'll put a line right here. Okay. I'll put another one at an equal distance that I have laid out here and here. And I'll just continue on down the knife spine with my marks. Continue on down. I don't have the whole tape laid out, so I'll just slide it down. Keep on sliding it down. Make sure those lines are visible. Once you take the material away, you can't add it back. So I make sure that they are on there. Then I'll come on down. Go back there. I'll put the last two in here and here. Okay, so what I've got is a series of lines equally spaced the whole length of the spine. So once I get that, I'm going to start by using a triangle file to mark my lines on every other side so that I know where I'm headed to. It's just like a road map. And without that road map, you're freehanding basically. I mean, that's fine if you don't want it to be nice and symmetrical, but since I'm doing a vine pattern, I want the vine to flow from side to side down the spine of the knife. It's just more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It really makes it pop. So what I'll do is I'll take a file and I'll start on my side on the first line, and I will just barely make a mark. Okay, now I've got that mark now. It's set on about a 45-degree angle. 40 depends on how deep you want it. But I'll mark it. Go to the next line down, or the every other line down. Do the same thing. Put a nice mark in it. Skip a line. File mark. Skip a line. File mark. Skip a line. File mark. Now skip a line. Oh, I need to get my tape. I've got a couple black marks on there and I'm not sure. So what I'll do is I'll take this right back up here. Lay my file on it. Go to here. And go to here. Right on the tip. Okay. Now that's one side. Now I'll flip the knife over. And go to the other side and do the second line down on this side. Once I get it where I want it, I'll go to the next line down on this side, every other line, file mark in it, so on and so forth, till I have every mark I need on the opposite sides, every other line, until I get what I want. I'm having a little trouble following the line, so I'll go back to my handy dandy ruler and find it. And right there it is. Okay, now I have every other one laid out all the way up the spine of the knife. So now I'll flip the knife back over. That's the hard part, is getting it laid out. Once you get it laid out, everything will start taking shape. I will go to a round file, a small rat tail file. See if I can locate it here right quick. Don't need that light there. Let's see what I can find. Here's several different sizes. I generally work my way up from one to the other. These are old files. They were handed down to me. I've rehandled them several times. They work extremely well. I use them a lot. So what I'll do, take a round file on that same angle, and I will find that mark that I put in that. And I will start a little bitty round groove in this blade. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to mess up here.